are shining a spotlight on the life-saving techniques that everyone should know. Joining us this morning for Mindful Monday is Marlis O'Brien, certified CPR instructor at Mayo Clinic. Good morning.
Hi.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So just start by telling us, we hear so much about CPR and AEDs, but what really is the significance of knowing these skills?
So just over 1,000 people die every day in the United States from sudden cardiac arrest when the heart goes into a bad rhythm. And sadly, only about 10% of them survive if it's out of the hospital when it happens. And if more people knew how to perform hands-only CPR and use an AED, we're hoping we can improve that number.
Okay, and so you brought an AED and a dummy with you today. So yeah, show us, how do we do CPR? What should we know?
So first, if you see somebody who might need your help, just make sure the scene is safe so you're not injured yourself. And then see if you can wake them up. Hey, are you okay? If they don't respond, you want to send someone for help right away to call 911 and look for the closest AED. Then I'm going to look for regular breathing. If someone's just passed out, they should still be breathing at regular intervals. So if you see what looks like abnormal gasps and they're not happening at regular intervals, then you would want to start compressions. Basically, you put the heel of one hand right in the center of the chest between the nipple line, put the heel of the other hand on top of the first. You would keep your elbows nice and straight with your shoulders directly above the heel of your hand and start pushing as fast and hard as you can on the chest. We recommend about 2 inches in depth for anybody over the age of 1 and a rate of 100 to 120 pushes per minute, which is just shy of 2 per second. So you're going pretty fast.
Okay, so that is pretty fast. And how long do you do that for?
Until help comes. Or if you begin to get tired, we want someone else to take over. The American Heart recommends that no one person does compressions for longer than 2 minutes if it's absolutely, unless it's absolutely necessary and there isn't someone to take over.
Okay. And then is there a difference, in what situation should we do that versus when should we use an AED?
As soon as the AED arrives, then you want to apply it to the patient. So as soon as you would come back with the AED, I would stop compressions and begin using the AED. The first thing you do with any AED is always turn it on, because then it'll tell you what to do.
Apply pads to patient's bare chest. Plug in pads connector next to flashing light.
And there are always pads inside the AED, and there are pictures that show you right where to put them.
Okay, very helpful.
Apply pads. Plug in connector.
And the AED will continue to give you prompts.
Analyzing heart rhythm. Do not touch the patient. Shock advised. Charging. Stay clear of patient. Deliver shock now. Press the orange button
So you
now.
make sure no one's touching the person. And then there's a red-orange flashing button. We're going to press that. I'm shocking. Everyone's clear.
Shock delivered. Paused. Begin CPR.
And then you would immediately start compressions again, and then hopefully help will be coming soon.
Okay, that is so helpful. You see these on walls and stuff, and you hear so much about them, but to know it's that easy to follow is
very
so
simple.
great. Yeah. Okay, so CPR, getting CPR certified, obviously very important. What about renewing that certification? Is that necessary too?
So the American Heart recommends that you update your CPR certification every 2 years. The more frequently you can practice it, the more likely it's going to come naturally to you in an emergency. So some facilities even practice it every quarter, but usually at least every 2 years we recommend, renewing your skills.
Okay, and when we're using the hands, I know some people talk about songs to stay in that rhythm. Any songs or any kind of tips we can remember with that?
Yeah, so the most famous song is Staying Alive. So that has a nice beat to do compressions to, and if you like to surf the internet, you can actually put in what songs could I do CPR to, and Baby Shark is another one.
Oh, all right. Well, that's popular in my house. Well, that is so helpful. Anything else that you want people to know about CPR or AEDs?
Don't be afraid to help. With every minute that passes that you don't do compressions, the likelihood of surviving drops by 10%. So time is really important. We tell everybody the only bad CPR is no CPR. Your actions can only help. So just push hard and fast in the center of the chest. And if that's all you do, you're still giving them a great chance at surviving.
Okay, well, Marlis, thank you so much for sharing this with us.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Stay with us. We're back right after this.